today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Hot Wheels Back to the Future Part 2 DeLoreans, the 2014 and 2015 releases. I wanted to have a look at both of these to show you guys the differences between the 2014 release and the 2015 release of everyone's popular time machine. Now this one, as we'll see when we get this opened up, has a little bit more of a cooler packaging for it. Features the movie released package scheme that's carried over with a lot of other releases from them, whereas the 2015 doesn't seem to have as much going on for it. It says Back to the Future Time Machine hover mode down below. Also the 2014 has the same. We flip around to the back, and this one doesn't really have much going on for it, just says 2014. This one here, on the other hand, says Back to the Future. This one they did a little bit more on the back. Sadly, this one does not have that. It says born 1985, modified in 2015, birthplace Hill Valley, USA. Designer Dr. Emmett Doc Brown. Specialty, this hover version of the time machine has the same stainless steel body and flux capacitor as its predecessor. Using Mr. Fusion, it can generate 1.21 gigawatts of electricity required for smooth passage through space-time continuum. And the interesting thing as well about this is that at the top it says new for 2015, but funny enough, if you look at the back, it says 2013 Mattel on the back there, the back bottom section. So my guess is maybe for the 2015 release, they have just simply repackaged the 2013 and just put a big little label difference on there. It's not a removable label, it's part of the card, but they've just re-released the same DeLorean. Spot's going to take a break. I'm going to get these both opened up, and when we come back, we're going to do a comparison between the 2015 and the 2014 releases. There's more heading away, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Well, both of them now out of packaging. Let's do a look and kind of a comparison between the two releases of the DeLoreans. First things first. You know what? First things first. First things first. There we go. Let's have a look at the 2014 release of the hovering DeLorean. It does come with a display stand, which is removable. You can easily take that off if you want to just play, I guess, with the DeLorean, because kids do play with these after all. Or you can just plug it into place more for a display option. I like that the 2014 has that. We remove the stand for a second. It does not have any undercarriage wheels. There's no way that this will roll on its own. However, where it makes up for it though is it's just an awesome recreation of the DeLorean. Smallest details, the front grille all painted in. The Mr. Fusion is even there, listed at the top there. And the back tail light section, which I think looks very cool on this DeLorean. Now, we compare it. We're trying to do apples to apples here. If you compare it to the 2015 / possibly 2013 release of the DeLorean, it doesn't seem to have as much wow to it. You notice this one's got a lot more of that. It looks like a real metal body. This one kind of looks like it's more painted with a glitter paint or a metallic paint than this one. This one also is a lot heavier, which I thought initially was only because it had the display stand, but in actual fact, it's a lot heavier than the 2015, we're going to call it 2015 release. For some reason, they have opted to give this one more blue tinted windshield as well as side windows, whereas this one has the clear going on for it. But overall, it just doesn't have as much wow to it that this one has. This one feels like a smaller version of the DeLorean. This one feels like a toy. The back section is not black like this one is here. The back tail light section just is missing just all this detail, whereas this one at least has a much more deeper looking color to it. Even Mr. Fusion, sadly, has been relegated to just a gray piece of plastic. However, where at least this one benefits versus this one, the 2015 has an undercarriage of 4 wheels. So this one actually will roll, not to say that you would have it rolling being that it's in hover mode, but at least if you want to play with it, you can actually roll it on the ground and it will actually roll, whereas this one will not. It's just completely flat. It looks like it does use the same body though, but I just feel like Just feel like Hot Wheels did a little bit more oomph, a little more of a better job on this one than this one here. And oh, and in case you are wondering, the tires are not foldable. You can't fold them in. If you did that, that would break them. You don't want to do that. And also, too, this one is missing the little port. Not that it should be there, but there's not even a, you know, an outlined area where it would have been. So obviously they've added it only for the 2014 release. Just as a comparison, by the way, to one that we've already had a look at, here is the 2014 Back to the Future 1 DeLorean, which was the Mr. Fusion version. The only thing that's really missing on this one versus the hover version is the fact that the back exhaust ports of the DeLorean have not been painted black like this one. It looks like there's a little bit of something on the top of the roof there. But overall, these are much better vehicles. I kind of wish this one has black in the back though, but I could always paint that up. Just a little bit of black paint and a paintbrush. It's as good as new. But these are a much better looking vehicle, if you ask me, versus the 2015 release. Kind of disappointed too that if they just ultimately took 2013's release of the DeLorean and just put a sticker on it that says 2015, I don't know. I prefer this one, I think, over this one. If you are looking to pick these up for yourself and you want to go on eBay or something like that to find them, maybe you can't find them in local stores anymore, I would say look for the 2014 release of the DeLorean more so than the 2013/2015 release. This one does roll, mind you, but I think this one here is a much better vehicle overall. Today's collectible spot, we were having a look at the Hot Wheels 2014 and 2015 comparisons of the hoverboard, but the hover version of the time-traveling DeLorean. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Whoosh.